72-year-old claims self-defense in a road rage incident. Check it out.
Crime in a quiet East Bay community. Neighbors in Orinda say an instance of road rage ended in a deadly shooting. They also say a 72-year-old man pulled the trigger. KTVU's Henry Lee is live in Orinda with the latest on this investigation. Henry?
Well, police are just about ready to clear this crime scene. They've been here all day. Now, investigators have not yet said exactly what led up to the shooting between two Orinda residents, but neighbors tell us this was a case of road rage. Skyfox was overhead after a deadly shooting in Orinda Thursday that neighbors say was the result of road rage.
I mean, this is like in my neighborhood, and I'm like, wow, it's everywhere.
There was some kind of rolling dispute that ended in a confrontation at Las Vegas Road and La Spiro Road involving the drivers of this Toyota 4Runner and a Tesla. Sean James lives in the neighborhood.
I heard a loud bang, and my first thought was, okay, gun. And then I thought, no way. I thought maybe it's just like a tire blew.
The Tesla is owned by a 72-year-old man who lives nearby. I've learned the Tesla driver called police, saying he shot the Toyota driver in self-defense after the man got out of his SUV and punched him. Police would not discuss what led up to the shooting, but officers detained the 72-year-old man and recovered the gun. Throughout the day, there was a large police presence here in the La Miranda area, with Lafayette, Moraga, and Orinda officers all responding, as well as investigators from the Contra Costa County Sheriff's Office, which provides police services in Orinda. Crime scene investigators and detectives spent hours combing the scene for evidence.
Really scary. I mean, this never really happens here. I feel this town's really safe.
In my head, I'm asking the question, what would it take for somebody to get that upset to shoot somebody?
Self-defense that one uses has to be proportionate to the attack.
KTVU legal analyst Michael Cardoza says investigators will have to carefully weigh the shooter's claim of self-defense.
These cases are factually driven. A person who is attacked has to feel an imminent fear that his life is going to be taken or he's going to suffer great bodily injury.
And that's what they always tell us when we ever go to these gun classes, and that's what I be trying to tell people a lot of times. Just because you have a pistol or just because you have a license to carry does not mean that you have the ability to be able to take somebody's life. You have to feel like your life is in imminent danger or you're going to be absolutely maimed and injured if you are going to pull that pistol. One thing I know about those Teslas is that a lot of them have cameras that are rolling 100% of the time. So maybe they'll pull some of that footage, and I'm not sure if some of that footage was captured. Maybe they'll pull some of that footage in order to substantiate his claim. But at the same time, listen, bro, I always encourage people to walk away from different things that is happening. And so if anything is going on in your life, or if it's any possibility of you getting into a scrap or something like that, put your ego aside, walk away. Dude should have never even got out of the car in the first place. So I'll keep an eye on this in order to let you know what goes on with it. In addition to that, a 4.7 earthquake hit Southern California amid record-breaking seismic activity. Let's get to it.
Southern California, the latest quake in what's been a record year of quakes 4.0 or higher. This one, a 4.7, centered near Malibu, felt by millions up to 60 miles away, followed by multiple aftershocks. ABC's Kana Whitworth is in Malibu Canyon tonight. That's right near the epicenter.
Tonight, a 4.7 magnitude earthquake rattling millions in Southern California.
Felt like God was holding our house and shaking it and saying, get out.
Our Los Angeles station KABC.
Oh, we got an earthquake.
Live streaming when it hit.
We're shaking pretty good.
And at this cafe in Malibu,
it felt like it was the big one for a moment.
Cashier Rosa Sanchez getting an emergency alert.
I got a message on my phone saying that there was an earthquake happening, to drop and cover.
And listen to how it sounded on this home security camera in Oak Park. Cameras capturing the moment a bald eagle soars, startled by the shaking. Officials say the epicenter was near Malibu, but the quake felt 60 miles away. Doctors at Providence St. John's tell us an alert system warned surgeons of the coming quake.
You want to make sure the patient is secure. You need to cover the patient with your body and protect their head.
And David, you can see these hillsides right here. Authorities tell me that they are prime for worst case scenario. And this year has been a record-breaking year in terms of seismic activity. But so far, David, no major injuries or damage to report.
Let me ask y'all a question. Do y'all think that California is under siege by God? You know what I'm saying? Forest fires, mudslides, earthquake, record-breaking seismic activity just happening. It's almost like it's almost like it's a warning of what's to come for California. Like, yeah, the big one is coming. It's coming. We're going to break this whole state off from the rest of the United States of America. It's coming. Like, why would somebody actually move permanently, like take all of their belongings? And I'm just curious for all of my people that's on the West Coast. Why would everybody take all of their belongings and say, you know what? I'm going to move it to California and wait for the big one, or wait for my house to get burned down, or wait for some rocks on a mudslide as I'm going around the hills, just come on and follow my car. Like, bruh, it seems like, like it's a warning all over California. Like, yo, this state is so demonic that we're going to go ahead and just hit it with the San Andreas, The Rock 2 movie, and we're going to make that happen in real time. So shout out to California, man. Like, it's weird. It's weird. Anyways, and then last but not least, 3 charges related to Donald Trump's indictment down in Fulton County with Fani Willis is being dropped. More charges is being dropped, obviously.
Trump is rallying in the battleground state of Arizona tonight. This, as major breaking news comes from the Fulton County District Attorney's Office. 2 criminal charges against former President Trump in the Georgia indictment dismissed by a judge.
Atlanta News First political reporter Doug Reardon is live outside of the Fulton County Courthouse tonight. Doug?
Well, good evening to you both. It was Judge Scott McAfee who has been overseeing this case from the very beginning, dropping 3 charges from the entire indictment tonight. Some people in that indictment faced all 3. Donald Trump faced 2 of them. They were perjury charges, so lying in court. And McAfee said that because Trump is a federal official, or at least was at the time, and because these charges are dealing with a federal election, he does not have the jurisdiction to prosecute those particular charges. And so he came out with a very lengthy statement today. I'll read you just part of what he said. He said, quote, because counts 14, 15, and 27 lie beyond this state's jurisdiction and must be quashed, the defendant's motions to dismiss the indictment under the Supremacy Clause are granted in part. Supremacy Clause says that federal law trumps state or local law. Lawyers for defendants in this case, including Trump's, have been trying to get the entire case dismissed, so this was a big partial win for them. And while Trump still faces a handful of very serious charges here in Fulton County, this isn't the first win for his legal team. He started the case with 13 charges against him. 3 were dropped back in March, and 2 more were dropped, of course, again today. Now, the case is really slowed to a crawl here after it was revealed that District Attorney Fani Willis was involved in a romantic relationship with one of the top prosecutors, Nathan Wade. The defense argued to remove her from the case. That decision is now in the hands of a state appeals court who will hear it in December, 1 month after the November general election.
So another win for the Trump administration. This case is completely falling apart, yet we're still spending tax dollars to prosecute something that never should have been brought forth in the first place. And so I look forward to the continued growth of this, and that we're going to continue to expose and throw all of this away, and it's all a waste of time, like we already know. But ladies and gentlemen, that is your Quick Hits.